Right. This is a very special week for us here at Furry School. Do you remember why? We have an author coming every single day this week for you. And today I want to introduce you to Mrs. Bucher. Can you say hello? Hello. Now, can you say hello again to our guests? I think you are in for a treat today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. The only thing I love more than books is little people, because you guys are fun. Yeah. Sometimes grown-ups are just not as fun as little kids. Yeah, they're not. Well, my name is Mrs. Bucher, but if you want, you can call me Miss Meg.
Miss Meg.
Would you like to call me Miss Meg?
Yeah.
Alright, you can call me Miss Meg. That way if you see me around after this, you can be like, hey Miss Meg. And because everyone calls me that, I will know that you're talking to me. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to read you a book today. Who loves to read? Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. When I was a kid, I loved to read too. And I'm so excited to read you this story today. So this book is called the Hot Pink Dinosaur, okay? And I wrote this book for this girl right here. This is Bree. Say hi, Bree. Hi, Bree. This is my daughter, and when she was your age, I wrote this book for her. And now look at her. Her birthday is this week. Can we say happy birthday, Bree?
Happy birthday, Bree.
She doesn't really like attention like this, so she's being a really good sport. Thanks, Bree. So before we get started on our book, do you guys want to do a little get-to-know-you activity?
Yeah!
Okay, all right. You have to be super good listeners. Can you be super good listeners?
Yeah!
Okay. Are you really, really good at following directions?
Yeah!
Okay, all right. Then I think we can play a little game. You think they can? Okay, I think they can. I think they can. We're going to play a game called Raise Your Hand If. Have you ever played this game before? Okay, it's really easy. You just raise your hand if the answer to the question that I ask you is yes. So let's do a test one, okay? Raise your hand if your favorite color is blue. You guys are so smart. All of your favorite color is blue?
No.
Okay. Let's narrow this down a little bit. Let's narrow it down. Ready? Listen. Whose favorite color is light blue, like the sky? Okay, put it back down. Okay, ready? Everybody quiet. Whose favorite color is really dark blue? Two hands up for that too. Okay. Let's see what other favorite colors we have in here. What color should I say? Okay, all right. You heard it?
Yeah.
Raise your hand if your favorite color is green. Okay, bring your hands down. Okay, we're going to do a few more. As long as you are quiet in between hands, we'll keep going. Deal?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, what do you think? Raise your hand if you read a book this week. Keep your hand up if you read 2 books this week. Keep your hand up if you read 3 books this week. That's pretty good, seeing as it's only Monday, huh? Yeah. Okay, hands back down. Let's do girls. Bree, what's your favorite Disney character? Whisper in my ear. Okay. How can you hear that? Okay, raise your hand if your favorite Disney character is Ariel. raise your hand. Remember, raising your hand makes no noise. It's super quiet, right? Okay, raise your hand if your favorite superhero is Batman. One more. One more? And if your favorite superhero is Spider-Man. Okay. Is that fun? Alright, we will play another game at the end if everybody can be really quiet while we read the book. Does that sound good? I like games, I like to have fun. I'm a super loud person. Being quiet is really hard for me. You just gotta hang in there for a little bit, okay? Okay. Who remembers the name of the book we're gonna read today? Leopard shirt. Go ahead. What is it? Yeah, it's on the board. Good job. Okay, so the Hot Pink Dinosaur is a book that I wrote for Bree for her 5th birthday. Do you want to know why I did that? Okay, I'll tell you. So Bree loved dinosaurs when she was a kid. So no sounds out of her mouth. No sounds out of her mouth, but raise your hand if you love dinosaurs too. So Bree said, Mom, I love dinosaurs. I really want a Hot Pink Dinosaur birthday party. And I was like, okay, cool, let's do it. So I'm looking for Hot Pink Dinosaur characters, right? And there wasn't one. So guess what?
You made it!
I made one. I did. So there's where the Hot Pink Dinosaur came from. And all the drawings were drawn by a friend of mine that I went to school with when I was growing up. Isn't that cool? So we both took something that we loved to do as kids, and we still do as adults, and it's still fun for us. So we're going to talk about the things that we love more after we read the book. But let's go ahead and read it. Are you ready?
Yeah!
All right. The Hot Pink Dinosaur by me.
What?
Okay. So this is a note that I wrote for Bree for her 5th birthday, and it says, for Brianne Marie Bucher. That's her full name. You light up my life, you melt my heart. Every day and night is filled with art. Guess who drew this picture? And it says, be yourself, for it's you that I love. It's you that God blessed me with from heaven above. Wherever you are, whatever you do, be yourself. I'll always be here for you. Happy 5th birthday, love, Mama.
And what did that say?
I read it to you. Okay, ready? Here's the story. I'm going to read it from here so that I can look this way so you can hear me too. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
There once was a hot pink dinosaur. She didn't look like the other dinosaurs, but what's more, her favorite things, like kites on strings, and bats with wings, and playing princess with the king, these were not the other dinosaurs' favorite things. Sometimes she felt alone and would sit with her hot pink blankie and moan, where does a hot pink dinosaur call home? A bright purple dinosaur walked on by and said of the kite flying in the sky, hey, that looks like fun. Do you think I could try?
Yeah.
Cool bat, said another in an electric blue color. Could there be 2 daughters of the king? Asked 2 sunny yellow sister dinosaurs who were out running. The hot pink dinosaur learned that day that being hot pink was the very best way. Be thankful for your color, be it hot pink or blue. The world needs every color, and that includes you. That's it. It's a really short book, I know. You made it all the way through it, didn't you? So I have a few questions. So, do you guys ever feel like the Hot Pink Dinosaur felt? No? Do you ever feel sometimes like you just want to play a game and no one wants to play with you? Or like you want to read this book and no one wants to read that book. No one's picking your book. Anybody ever feel like left out? Yeah. Sometimes. Well, did you know that every single one of you is just like that Hot Pink Dinosaur? Do you want to know why? Just like she had something that made her unique. Do you know what unique means? It's a big word. What's it mean? Yeah, it's something all your own. It's something about you that isn't like anybody else. And all of you have that. Did you know that? Did you know that there's not one of you sitting in this room that is exactly alike? Look around the room. That's a lot of people, right?
Yes.
None of you are exactly alike. You all have something that makes you you. Isn't that cool? Yeah, we do. We have similarities, but we're all different. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have all kinds of different things, right? Okay. So we're gonna talk about that more in a minute. So one of the things that makes authors different is they tell stories, right? Authors tell stories, and authors are able to tell stories that other people relate to. So authors have a gift to write down things that we all feel, but we don't know how to talk about all the time. And that's why authors are super, super, super important people. So if you like to write things down, if you like to read, if you like to draw or doodle, keep doing that because that makes you really special and it's a really important gift to have because not everyone is an author, right? But what would we do if we didn't have them? What would we read? Right, we wouldn't have some of our favorite stories to tell that we have today, right? And lots of times we can learn lessons from the stories that authors tell, right? Like, what's the lesson in this book? Be nice.
And alone. Don't be like other dinosaurs.
Yeah, be your own kind of dinosaur. That's right.
Be yourself.
Be yourself. Exactly. Did you have something different? That's right. Yeah, everybody is different. So the lesson that we learned from the Hot Pink Dinosaur is that it is okay to be you, even if it's different than everybody else. In fact, even better, because sooner or later, you're going to find people who really appreciate who you are. And they're going to need you in their life. Some of us are funny. I like to think that I'm funny.
I'm really funny.
Bree knows that I think that I'm funny. But we need people in our lives that are funny because they make us laugh, right? And sometimes we just need to laugh, right? Maybe don't laugh too much, huh?
I'm following.
I do laugh a lot.
Why do the pancakes?
Okay, so I have a question for you. What do you think that it takes to become an author? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think you have to go to author school? Well, maybe a little. Do you think you have to like to read? Do you think it's helpful if you like to write? Yes. Do you think it's helpful to learn how to use words make up books in school. Do you guys make up your own books in school yet? Not yet. Well, you will, and you'll learn to write your own stories. That's how I started. And I liked it so much that I just kept doing it at home. I would have journals, and I would write stuff down, and I would doodle all over them, and I would collect stickers and put it on them. And that's how I was as a little kid. I took pictures of lots of things, and I loved to talk and tell stories. Shocker. So fun. And then, as I grew up, when I went to high school, like Bree's going to do next year, she's going to be in high school. She's in Briar. So when I got to high school, I would take creative writing classes. Okay? And I would just keep studying and taking classes about the things that I already like to do. Seems pretty easy, right? So when you find something that you like to do, find classes that you can take to study it because it's really fun. It doesn't feel so much like school, but playing. You did? Science class. Yeah, you have to practice. Did you hear what he said up here? You have to practice. So if you're going to be an author, you have to practice writing. And the more you write, the better you get. So when Bree was like a little teeny tiny baby, her and her little sister, the little sister's name is Lauren, but we call her Lolo. So when Bree and Lolo were littles, I left my job to stay home with them. And when they were asleep, I got kind of bored, and I didn't know what to do. So I just started to do what I love. I started a blog. Do you guys know what a blog is? It's like a storybook on the computer, right? And I would write down all the really funny things that Bree and Lolo did as babies that they don't want to hear about now. I would write them down so that I wouldn't forget them because life goes so fast and they grow up so fast that you want to remember those funny stories and the things that they say and the things that they do. So that's what I started to do. So I practiced it. I would write stories and write stories and write stories. And then when Bree turned 5, I wrote her this book. And when Lolo turned 5, I wrote her own book. Maybe I'll come back and read that one some other time. You think? Yeah. And then I got a job writing stories. And then I wrote books for adults. So just keep doing what you love and working really hard at it. It's really hard when you're little to think about, what makes me me? But it's the little things. And as you find out what that is, just keep doing it. Yes?
I play baseball and never do.
You must be super special.
One day you go to that big stadium and
So let's see, how much time do we have left here?
I'm doing that.
15 minutes? 5 minutes?
120
Yeah.
minutes.
Okay. Do you guys want to do one more little game? All right. Well, I think it's a little crowded in here to get into small groups. And I think that would be a little too crazy. But if you want to turn to the person next to you, so that you don't have to move anywhere, you just have to turn. We're going to play a little game called Get to Know You, okay? Okay, you ready? Okay. Ready? You want to know what to do? Alright, okay. This is how we're going to play. You ready? Okay, this is how we're going to play. So, the person that you're facing, you're going to ask them 2 questions. You're going to ask them, what's your favorite color? And who's your favorite superhero? Okay? Not yet. Don't do it yet. Don't do it yet. Okay, so don't actually start asking until I tell you go, okay? Okay, alright. So here's what you're going to do when I say go. You're going to find out what's their favorite color, the other person on the other side of you. And you're going to ask them what their favorite color is and who their favorite superhero is. And the goal of the game is to see if you can remember both people's favorites. You want to try it? Yeah. Can you guys use really soft voices? Okay, ready? Set, go.
Who's your favorite superhero?
That was a very good job, Dave. I'm so proud of you because that's hard to start talking once you start. Okay, so it's hard to remember two people's favorites at the same time, right? Raise your hand if you were able to remember all of them. Good job. Very good job. You didn't. Well, Connor didn't know for either. You want to come up with me, Connor? No? Okay, so I need 2 volunteers who can remember both people that they asked. You got both people's favorite color and both people's superhero. Who thinks they can do it? Who thinks they can do it? Okay. If you're quiet and raising your hand, maybe I'll pick you. And then you can stand up where you are and just talk really loud, okay? Okay, since it's your birthday, I feel like you have to go. So go ahead and stand up where you are. Okay. Go ahead, you stand up. Okay, so who was the first person that you asked? Okay, what was his favorite color? And what was his favorite superhero? Awesome. And then who was the second friend you asked? When you turned around, who did you ask? Or you didn't ask another person? Well, good job remembering your friend. Good job. Let's pick one more person. Okay, steel bow in the back, yellow shirt. Yeah. Go ahead, stand up.
Isla.
Just 2 minutes. Isla? Stand up. Okay. What about you? What did you learn about your friends today? Who was the first person that you asked? Vivi? Yeah, and really loud tell us, what's her favorite color? And who is her favorite superhero? Okay. And did you ask anybody else what their favorite color was? Their favorite superhero? You didn't? That is okay. Good job, Ella. You can sit down. Okay. One more? You want to go? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do one more round of learn about each other, and then you guys can ask me some questions. All right, ready? Okay, ready? Let's see. Okay, ready? Wait, how do you know what to ask? me or ask me, then you can raise your hand, and when we call on you, you can stand up and ask your question. Does that sound good? We have how many minutes left? Oh, we have like 15 minutes left for questions. Sound good? Okay. All right. Hey, diving on your bottom. I can't pick. You pick. No? You can't pick? No, it's too hard. Pick. Okay. How about right there in the perfect card sweatshirt? What is your name? What is it? Easton? Okay, Easton, can you stand up and ask your question?
Easton.
Okay, let's listen to Easton's question. Okay, what's your question? Go ahead. Yeah. Do you want me to come closer so you can ask your question? No. Okay. If you think of it, raise your hand because alright, you sit down. Okay, go ahead. What is your question? Right here, in the ring. Right here. What's your name? Gianna? Go ahead, stand up. What's your question? You like my hat and my sweater? That is so nice. That is so nice. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, who else has a question? I gotta go over to the other side.
I got one.
I'm gonna probably look for the quietest, stillest person. Quietest, stillest. Green sweatshirt. What is your name?
Libby.
Libby. What is your question?
What is your favorite animal?
Love that question. What is my favorite animal? You can sit down. Okay, well, I would have you guess that. I don't think that you'll guess this one. Do you want to know, like, my favorite animal that's my pet first? Would you like to know Bree's favorite? Yeah. Okay, she's going to pull the picture of her favorite. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I know it's a really small screen. Maybe I'll have her walk around. Will you walk around with it? Do you want me to walk around with it? Okay, so I'll tell you the story. Since we have a little bit of time, this is a fun story. You want to hear a fun little story? Yeah. Okay, but you have to be quiet. Because if I yell all day, the last class is going to have... Okay, so Bree, this year, in September, last year in September, she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, which is a really, really hard thing to deal with. We can maybe talk about that more some other time. But when she was in the hospital, I promised her that she could get a new pet. No. So I had to do it. I promised her, right?
It's an owl.
It's not an owl, but she does so they can hear you?
5.
You just want to tell me something? Yeah.
Somebody can say what
It did keep falling off the wheel. So she was telling me, so her sister is friends with Bree, and Bree sent her a video of Pete the Hedgehog. He has a wheel in his teeth that he runs on, but he's so big it falls off. He does. All right, how about one more question?
Your sister has a my cousin's older than her.
You do? He has a cool Dr. Seuss book. What book is it? The Lorax. That's a really good.
What the Lorax? I
Yeah, it's a good
I watched the Lorax.
Okay, this is the last question. Are you ready? Okay, well, listen. Madison wants to know what is Bree's favorite disease? Oh, you put her on the spot.